We are live. I think our mic's working yet. Check one. Two. Yeah, you have to turn that down.
Check one. Sorry, I was just getting iPad going so we could see comments.
This is our first official live, guys, so we're gonna hang for a second and make sure that everything's playing correctly. Never gone live before. This is the first. Hey guys, be sure and leave us a comment. Let us know who you are. Of course, the AC comes on right next to the... We're not a big enough channel yet to go live with our phones, so we're having to do this on a laptop, which is always fun. Anyone who's in here, if you can let us know, can you hear us? That would be helpful. I can see the little audio bar moving, but I want to make sure that if we have to get closer, we can get closer. I can say it works good. Loud and clear. All right, thanks, Bobby. What's up, Bobby?
Thank you, Fly 4K and loud.
Bobby G, as I like to say, shit's getting real. Fly 4K, what's up? So yeah, we're doing our first live here. I just in the process of uploading a 20-minute video that I just did on why I went leasing, because we have no time on our hands, guys. We're like crunched here. We have no time on our hands, right?
Oh yeah. We're on a really, really busy schedule right now. Very busy.
Yeah. We're sitting in a hotel room. This is our fourth day. Wait, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, fourth day.
Hey.
Remy's mad because she can hear some other dog in the hallway. But yeah, this is our fourth day, and tomorrow will end up being our fifth because we're staying here again tonight. So the General Flynn, which is our Peterbilt, is
Thanks, Cole.
still in the shop. So we're gonna give you guys an update on that here in a second.
Remy
can hear another dog in the hallway. Come here. Come here. Anyway, so we figured we'd go live. Yeah, thank God for emergency funds. Yeah. Yes, I still have a broke Peter. That is correct. I can actually see the comments really well on the laptop. We always watch David H. live, and he always has to have a second device to read comments. But because we're not a big enough channel to go live on our phones, we're using a laptop, which has got a nice big comment section over here. Yep, my Peter's still broke. It's been broke since Monday. And yeah, thank God for emergency funds. Although, guys, this one really worked out well for us because we had hit almost $5,000 in revenue by Monday. I'm actually going to get a check. Jen will get a little bit of a check. So we'll get a check for his last pay period, which we get paid tonight. It's Thursday night. And then we talked to the Peterbilt rep at Prime today. We should have our truck tomorrow morning. No reason why we won't have our truck tomorrow morning. They're likely going to end up having to put a new $1,000 headlight assembly in the truck. So we should have our truck tomorrow morning, which will be Friday morning, which would be, we should be able to get a couple loads in on next pay period. Plus we get the broke down pay. So this isn't really going to cost us anything other than a hotel, which they have a great deal for Peterbilt customers. It's like $60 a night.
Yeah.
So
kind of says a lot though about how long it's going to take to get your truck fixed, that they have a special Peterbilt deal during the week.
They got a discount for broken Peters. So breakdown day as well, right? Yeah, yep. Yeah, so we have, so our breakdown pay starts 24 hours after the truck was dropped. We dropped the truck Monday morning. So we'll get Tuesday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Thursday, Thursday to Friday, 3 days of breakdown pay. So yeah, this isn't going to be too brutal on us. other than the food and hotels. So, but I'm going to tell you guys, I've already left a pretty nasty review on Google of this place. Where are we? Pocono? Jenna already has multiple nasty reviews pre-written.
Hi, my name's Karen. Nice to meet you. I'd like to speak to your manager.
Yeah, she sent me multiple transcripts of, okay, in this scenario, I'm going to use this review and send it to corporate. In this scenario, I'm going to use this review. Like, she's ready to rip them a new one. Because if they had just listened to us on Monday morning when we took the truck in, a lot of this could have been avoided. Very clearly stated Monday morning when I took the truck in, turned the keys in, or gave them the keys, very clearly stated that when we hit a bump with the truck, the low beam fault comes on the dash, which typically means it senses that the headlight's not getting right voltage, so the headlight's out, which is true. That when we hit a bump, the headlight goes out, the right headlight. Then the low beam fault comes on like 2 or 3 seconds later. Saturday, if you guys saw the video that we did at I-80 truck stop.
I changed the light bulb.
I changed the light bulb. We got the low beam fault like an hour later. So it's not just bad light bulbs. So I told them that there's only 2 ways to get the headlights come back on while we're driving. One is to turn the headlights off and then back on. But if it's, and that's one way and it works. Second way is if it's raining and the windshield wipers are on, you can't turn the headlights off while the windshield wipers are on. So I found that the second way to get the headlights come back on is to turn the 4-way flashers on. I told them that Monday. Well, they've been taking on road tests the last couple of days. They couldn't get this to replicate, so they had me come up there and drive. I just went on about hour drive with the lead chief tech up there. He and I went out on the highway, and we're talking through this. I can't get it to replicate the fault, but I said that when it's raining, the only way I can get the headlights to come back on is by hitting 4-way flashers. You know what he says to me? That's the first I've heard of that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, because they changed the light bulb and thought the problem was solved. But because they never called us directly and ever, initiated any sort of asking us questions, that was never, any of the information we gave them was never passed on to the techs. So they just thought we were just, lazy drivers that had a headlight bulb out and never changed it. They didn't really look through anything until we started making a fuss today. So it's been pretty fun. And the biggest thing to me, I don't know, maybe I'm just petty, but when I'm expressing concerns and somebody in their customer service department thinks it's appropriate to laugh at those concerns.
Yeah, she did.
Now it's war. Never appropriate.
And now they're vacuuming outside of our doors. So
yeah,
there are all kinds of noises here. But is it Scullator or Scullator?
Scullator.
I always want to say Scullator when I see your name. But did they finally figure out what is causing this? So we talked to our Peterbilt rep today. This is a bizarre one for Peterbilt, nationally. It's thrown them for a loop because
it's not saving the fault in the onboard computer for whatever reason.
And the 4-ways are not really directly connected in terms of passing the voltage on with the low beams. So they're this is being escalated throughout Peterbilt nationally. It's a 2021, so they're just now starting to get issues trickle into the on brand new models trickle into the dealerships. So they're pretty sure at this point that it is the entire headlight housing, the whole headlight unit, which it's $1,000. So there's warranty involved here, and because it doesn't save that fault to the computer, now the rep for Peterbilt at Prime is having to go to bat to make sure that it's covered by warranty. So that's what they're doing right now. But yeah, they're pretty sure that's what it is, and that's going to be replaced and covered by warranty. So, because we're not paying $1,000 for a headlight assembly on a 20 8,000 mile truck, 29,000 miles. So anyway, so yeah.
And hey, John, by the way, I just saw you said hey.
Oh yeah. Hey, John. So yeah, we figured we're sitting here. I just did, like I said, a 20-minute video on why I went lease. That's uploading right now, and figured we've just been bored out of our minds. I mean, it's funny when you're cranking the miles out there on the road, you think, gosh, it'd be really nice to have a hotel, take a shower every day, watch some TV, order some food.
Watch Jurassic World twice already.
Yeah, one, we forgot how much cable TV sucks. And two, we just want to be out there. Now that we're in a hotel, we're like, we can't wait to get back in the truck and get rolling. So figured we'd do a live and see if you guys had any questions for us.
Yep.
I don't really have anything exciting. It's when we're on the road, we're on the move. There's always something different that we can update you guys with. And now that we're just kind of sitting here twiddling our thumbs, there's not really anything to update. So I just want to see if you have any questions. If you want to ask about how absolutely enraged I get at shippers and receivers when I'm trying to back into a dock, I turn into a different animal. I'll tell you that much. Jenna's favorite line to me after going through a busy shipper or receiver is, "You need to deal with your anger issues."
Yeah, anger management. I say, you need anger management.
You need anger management.
Yeah. Yep.
There's another John St. Clair. What's up?
Hey, John.
That's what I like about being on a dedicated run. You don't have to deal with crazy shippers and receivers. Jeff's saying that's what he likes about being on a dedicated run. You know, we've talked about dedicated runs. I don't know. I like the diversity of runs that we do. And if you've gone back and watched our videos, you know we hate California with a passion and absolutely will not take a load to or from California.
And it doesn't help that I was born and raised in Southern California, so I already have an issue with California because of that. Yeah,
Jenna's from Murrieta, California, so she's a SoCal girl. Took us 9 years to get on one. You're on a dedicated run with Prime, Jeff? I know that Prime just announced they've got some new regional runs. Oh, nice. So that's a score then, Jeff. Now they just announced they're doing some regional in Washington. I believe they've got new regional dedicated intermodal in California. And they're also now doing some dedicated regional tanker routes in Texas. So I don't know, if we drive for 9 years, we're probably going to want a dedicated run. But right now we like the diversity. We really, most of our runs are like Ohio. There's like this triangle. It's like if you go, actually not Ohio, I'd say up to Wisconsin. Wisconsin, Illinois, down to like Georgia, South Carolina, up to PA, and back over to Wisconsin. That's kind of the triangle where we try to stay inside of that as much as possible. And that's where we are most of the time.
Home 3 days a week would be nice. That would be nice.
What's your combined ideal pay as a couple truck drivers? Well,
$1 million.
It's subjective. I mentioned this in the video that's uploading right now about why I went lease. We view things that aren't directly financial, like that are outside of actual dollar amounts, as valuable to us. So just because we're out running the truck, for example, doesn't mean that we don't have lives. We do have lives. We have our dog. We like to get out and play. We like to throw the ball. So, we like to, Jenna has her TV time every night. Jenna has her Crazy Bags live stream time.
Yep.
I like
go on
to
there and just mess up his whole stream as much as possible.
I like to mess around with code and work on websites and do that kind of stuff. I like to, I'm getting into YouTube now. So we have lives. So there's things that are valuable to us more than monetary. I would say that we like to, in a month, pull probably $8,000 to $9,000 between the two of us. And that's not running very hard. We could do substantially more than that. I would say between the two of us, we could probably pull $11,000-$12,000 a month, pretty easy not easy, but running hard, running full team, we could do that. We like to be right there in that 8,000 to 9,000, I think, and that's running probably about 4,500 to 5,000 miles a week. So your question, what's your combined ideal pay? Well, our ideal pay is always going to be more than what we're getting paid. But for us, if we're doing, 7,000, 7,500 a week in revenue to the truck, not income, but in revenue to the truck, then that's right where we like to be. We can still make good money even off of like $6,000. But it all depends on how we run the truck too. We could have a $9,000 week where we make less than we'll make on a $7,000 week just because of where we're buying fuel, where we're running, how many tolls we're going through. It just depends on how we run the truck. But I guess, as Bobby G, revenue doesn't need to be crazy high when the pot of money is the same. Well, yeah, and that's a big key. There's probably a lot of teams out there that are looking at us going, well, I can't make that kind of money. That's because you're paying your other driver what is a reasonable amount for them to want to be on a team truck, right? So you're almost having to split the profit of the truck. Well, in the case of a couple, and this is why being a couple team truck is the most lucrative way to run a truck at Prime, I believe, by far, because all the money, say I'm the lease driver, she's the company driver. So she as the company driver gets all the benefits of a lease truck. She's not forced dispatch because they can't force dispatch the truck. When I take home time, she's taking home time. She has very little interaction with our fleet manager, very little.
Yeah.
Even though she's the actual employee of Prime, there's just Chris, our fleet manager, is basically all his interactions with me. So she gets all the benefits of a lease truck. She can fuel the truck wherever she wants. Her card is her ComData card is associated with my truck. So she basically runs a lease truck. But we also have the fact that she gets the benefits. She gets the health insurance for both of us, and we get I get all the benefits of company driver. And then what I pay her, which right now is only 16 cents a mile.
It's 14 cents a mile.
No, I think they upped it to 16. I don't know how.
Whatever the minimum is, that's what I get paid. So that paycheck that goes on my card basically pays for our food on the road.
Yeah, it's so, and I'm actually upping hers to 25 cents per mile simply to minimize my tax income as a 1099 independent. But basically, the money that I pay her, which is going to be about $150 per 1,000 miles, she just keeps that on the ComData card, and that pays for food and whatever we need while we're out on the road. All of my money goes into account to pay for bills and stuff, but all that money stays stays with us. It's all profit to us. I'm not paying that to some other driver that's not a part of my family. So it can be extremely, extremely lucrative. You don't have to make a ton of money as a team couple versus if you're just two drivers working together. Well, you gotta crank the miles out in that scenario because it has to be worth it for both of you. Otherwise, why would someone want to team with you? So you have to pay them a lot of money.
Skull, we do sometimes run to Laredo.
Fly 4K, yeah, that's after, yeah, absolutely. Well, when I say the 7,500 in revenue, that's just revenue to the truck. Clean income, yes, to us, 8,000 to 9,000 a month. That's what we like to be at between the two of us. Yeah, after all, we do probably, I don't know, 25 to 30,000 a month in revenue to the truck, probably. Yeah, we do. Yeah, probably about 25 to 30,000 a month in revenue to the truck, but that's not what we actually get paid.
Great username, toys, Bitcoin. That's interesting.
Let's see. Let me try to follow this. Do you run to Laredo, Texas? Yeah, we have. We like it. Not very often, but we always get good loads out of Laredo. We've gotten great loads out of Laredo. I'll tell you an interesting thing about Laredo, though, and maybe I'm just being very paranoid here, but we've gotten several loads where we're sitting at the Laredo yard waiting for this truck to come from Mexico. and it's a prime trailer, right, that they're bringing from Mexico, and then it's already sealed. You can't look into it. And I'm always wondering, like, are we carrying dope on this trailer? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like but you do a little extra pre-trip on that trailer, right? It comes
take
across
a tire thumper and poke anything that looks weird.
Yeah, not that I'm trying to say the drivers bringing prime trailers across the border are bad people. It's just strange to me that they're pre-sealed trailers. You can't look inside and get your eyes on the freight. Yet if you go 100 miles north and get pulled over and there's something in the back of that trailer, anyway.
That's what the emergency fund's for.
Yeah, very good home numbers after taxes. Yeah, about that after taxes. Yeah. Yeah, Michael Page. That's about right.
John, about night driving as a solo operator.
As a solo operator, I almost exclusively drove at night. When she was on a truck before she was driving, I almost always drove at night, always. And because as a solo driver, well, when I could, some loads will dictate that you have to drive during the day. But as a solo driver, I used to love to try and be off the road by like 10 a.m., 11 a.m., because then you get wide open parking lots, no lines for showers, restaurants are all easy in and out. And then by the time it starts getting crowded at night, you're getting up, getting coffee, getting ready to hit the road. You don't have to deal with busy truck stops. So all the scale houses are closed at night. No traffic out. All the four-wheelers are off the road. Even as solo, I drove almost exclusively at night whenever I could. But now that I'm team, I drive every night. She drives all day. I drive all night.
Fly, that's not a bad plan at all. In fact, Hopper, a friend of ours, Hopper, he is going back and forth thinking about doing a YouTube channel. He did the same thing. He got his CDL and then came to Prime because he got his CDL while Prime wasn't hiring out of Florida. And then he was actually with Warner, but the second that Prime started hiring, he came over to Prime. I don't like driving at night personally. As No Hippie Trucking, Lyle calls it, I'm a solar powered driver. Driving at night is not my thing.
Yeah, she can't see the deer that well either. Which the deer are really bad right now. Holy crap. I mean, the deer have been really bad this whole year anyway. Last year, we had a good chunk of the summer where deer it just wasn't bad anywhere. This year has been deer everywhere, but the last week, oh man. Coming through Ohio and Indiana and PA, I think, was it Sunday night? Here's remember you guys. Sunday night or Saturday night, I swear to you guys, I saw probably 35 deer in one drive. It's crazy. But yeah, it's definitely driving as a couple, guys, is extremely lucrative. Not just because all the money stays on the truck, but because
I make sandwiches.
You went a lot better home time. We usually run for about 25 days, and then we'll take a full 7 to 8 days off. Because we're down for 4 or 5 days here waiting for the truck. So my birthday is on the 13th of October, so we were planning on going home on the 14th or 15th. But because of this little hiccup with Peterbilt, we're actually going to stay out an extra week. So what else? nothing else? Oh, it's so boring. It's so boring when you're not running the truck. We have nothing to talk about. We just have like our whole world has existed watching TV.
Thank God for Uber Eats. Ordering Uber Eats.
Yeah, so well, I don't want to bore you guys too much. What's up with the truck? Well, Michael, we started out with that update. It sounds like they're going to have to replace the headlight housing, the whole headlight. It's going to be $1,000. Not on us. It's on, it'll be a warranty, but it took them 4 days to figure that one out. When if they just would have listened to us on Monday when we took the truck in and listened to the things that we said, they would have understood that that's probably what needed to happen. So yeah, all that for a headlight that won't work. Prime company solo driver, and I drive nights whenever possible because of the reasons you mentioned. Almost hit a deer last night in Indiana. Yeah, Indiana was crazy. I saw more deer it was a week ago, Saturday night. More deer that night in Indiana, that one night, than I've seen this entire year.
Was that the night that there was like 7 on the side of the road?
Lots of times that was happening.
8.
Yeah, correction, the deer almost hit me. That's funny because, when Lyle got hit by a deer from No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, the deer literally ran out and hit his passenger door. So the deer bolted and hit the side of his truck and did some pretty good damage. So he didn't hit the deer hit him. You're a driver, you don't know anything. Yeah, exactly. That's so true because I walked into Peterbilt and I'm very descriptive. I'm like, here's what's happening. Here's when it happens. Here's when the fault happens. Here's the corrective actions that I take. The 2 ways that I figured out how to get the headlight to come back on. And I swear, I think she didn't listen to anything that I said. I think in her mind, it said, the headlight's not working, our techs will figure it out. Whereas if they just listened to what I said, because today, which is 4 days later, I took the truck for a road test with their lead tech. They had taken it on several road tests, but today I took it for an hour road test with a lead tech. And I tell them, when the headlight goes out, if it's raining, I have to turn the 4-way flashers on to get the headlight to come back on, because with the windshield wipers on, you can't turn the headlights off. And this is the lead tech. After 4 days I had in the truck, he says to me, that's the first time I'm hearing that. So true.
But it's the same thing like what happened with the Qualcomm. Like when they're like, oh, there was a loose wire, so we just plugged it in.
When I first got to Peterbilt, the Qualcomm,
it didn't talk to the truck. It
didn't know when the truck was moving, which I was kind of joking with everyone I talked to on the phone. I'd be like, can I just leave it this way? Because it would just say, on duty or off duty while I was driving. It couldn't tell that the truck was driving, so it never would switch to the drive line, which I thought was amazing because it was like, oh my gosh, I'm always going to have 70 hours, or always going to have an amazing clock. So I took it to Peterbilt and they're like, oh yeah, there's just a wire where it's, it's not getting power to the Qualcomm. And this is after like 4 or 5 days of them having a truck. We're like, dude, the Qualcomm has always come on. What part of it doesn't switch to the drive line so the truck's not communicating with the Qualcomm? Did you not understand?
They're like, oh, we didn't know that. We just thought it wasn't powering on, so we jiggled a wire and it came right back on.
Got to get some sleep and get back on the road at midnight. All right, John, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Bag stream tonight. Nice. Okay, guys, we're at 30 minutes. We're going to go ahead and shut this one down. It's our first live, so hopefully it was okay. Really appreciate you guys. It's pretty cool to have 12, 13 of you drop in. We're a brand new channel, so really appreciate it. And a lot of you I see are on driverlineup.com and on the new Discord that we just launched. So thank you guys so much. It's really cool that you guys are kind of helping us out with that stuff. And it's just great to hang out with you guys. I mean, I know you guys keep Jenna busy. She's always over there chatting, which is good. She gets bored easy. So thank you guys for the support. We really appreciate it. And once we can actually do lives on our phones, which I think we're almost there, we've got like another 15,000 watch minutes we have to log before we can do them live on our phone. But once we get there, we'll start doing lives more occasionally. So I think that's about it.
Be safe, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you guys. We'll let you know on YouTube when we finally get back on the road. So appreciate it. Thanks, everyone. Have a good afternoon, evening, and good night.